Thanks, mate. Welcome, everyone, to Rd.11. It's a good one. I like this track. It's fast, it's narrow. Whoever has the most balls will likely make up positions on that penultimate chicane. Our quali is done. We're about to see the grid. And short race tonight, 60 minutes. See how it goes. So we've got first time out this season, Brodie Dowling has put it on pole, and he's alongside Nathan Howe. He's followed by Alex Court and Brad Coates. And the third row is made up of Matt Webber and Ilias Dugan. So Nathan Howe and Brad Coates, both goldfish out of water, putting it right up there, mixing it with the Platts. Martin Hullinan and Jacques Swanepoel making up the fourth row, followed by Matt Knight and Sean Memler, Daniel Hoffman and Tristan Jack. Then we'll have Callum Sharp and Glenn Crowell, followed by Jared Eastman and JB, and Brad Fenley and Jarrett Stark. Ben Heenan and Sam Monterosso making up the 10th row there, followed by Zach Blake and Chris Page, John Cashin and PJ Whitman. It's good to see back again this week. And Drew Hill, and not able to settle up, but Darren Stark. So that's your grid for tonight, folks. Race will be going green soon enough. We'll get the pace car underway for you, get a race happening. You'll have to excuse me, the candle's been burning at both ends. Yeah. Alright, looks like the pace car's about to be away and we're going to get some racing happening. Matt Webber gets that angry Mustang underway with some aggressive tyre warming. They weave on down the straight. Good in the P1 racing Mustang there. Not sure I've even got trading paints. Oh yeah, it's alright, it's good. It's already there. Oh. Alright, they're cruising through that chicane that, as we mentioned, is probably going to be pretty chaotic tonight. Wait, Howie's in the Fezzer. It's Brodie Dowling in the Mustang that's taken P1 tonight. Pace car still out there, yet to be away. We're all just cruising, getting set. So it'll be a 39 lapper tonight, about an hour, no pit stops. Practically a sprint for our league, which you can join at aesleague.org, so get on board. While they casually cruise around and wait for the lights to go green. Still under the control of Bert Mylander, our safety car driver for tonight. The BMW M-Power safety car. Cruising down that long back straight. Seems a lot longer in an MX-5 than a GT3 car, but nonetheless, some distance on it. getting ready to go green very shortly as they come around the final corner. The safety car will be away. And Brody has taken control of the race and shot out ahead. It's an absolute gaggle of cars behind as we see them all pile through turn one, and they'll head down into those S's with Brody clearly in front. Brad Coates making moves up the inside. Is he going to be able to make that stick against Nathan Howe as they go side by side through the S's? Oh, cold tyres, scary times, but Howie not willing to give that one up. These two absolutely fighting, and it's ended in tears. Matt Webber takes to the grass to try and escape it. Oh my God, there is cars absolutely flying everywhere. Matt Webber appears to be going again. Alex Court back there, he appears to... No, sorry, who's that? That's Jason Browers. Sam Monterosso in that very attractive Ferrari. It makes me want to break myself. They're all moving. That was an exciting start. Brody escaping the carnage and getting himself out ahead, being chased only by Alex Court. Then a big gap back to Ilias Dugan, and the field giving chase. He's closely followed by Martin Hallinan after that absolute disaster, absolute chaos at the start. Let's go back and see if we can get a bit of a replay there. So we'll see Matt Webber has dived off the track to avoid as Brad was just spat there by, but then yeah, looks like Brad was spat by the curbs on the cold tyre, and then Nathan Howe just was barreling through. Webber had nowhere to go, and then it became chaos. All right, let's get back on board live, have a look. Jacques Swanepoel is putting all sorts of pressure on the BMW of Matt Knight. We haven't seen a lap one like that for a long while here. Everybody normally pretty careful, but you know, these chaotic events do happen. So we'll be watching some recovery drives on shore. Some people well out of position compared to where they ended up. Brad Coates 13 places down. Matt Webber 8 places down. Who else? We got 18 places down. Nathan Howe. Ooh. Seems like those three were the main players to be tangled up in that. Everybody else is kind of up the field a bit ahead of them, or roughly where they started. As we watch them going side by side, Jacques has got the job done on Matt Knight and is now cruising down to the S's for the third time tonight. Very short lap here, so these 39 laps, they'll go quickly. Only a minute 19 our leader's doing. And Brody has absolutely come out of the gate firing. He's now a second up on Alex Court, so no DRS present. Or overtake mode as it's called these days. We have Tristan Jack here in the Kraken Lamborghini, and it's a Kraken looking car at that, putting some pressure on the back of Sean Menler in the BMW Empower. Keeping an eye on things. So a bit of a battle forming back here with Jared Eastman trying to find a way past Daniel Hoffman, putting real pressure on the back of that Porsche. Just comes across a little, lets him know he's there, lets him see the movement in his mirrors, and he disappeared. He was there, and then he is apparently from the Hogwarts School of Racing, using disappearing magic. So Jared Eastman gets that position, now giving chase to Ben Heenan. Further up the field, Matt Knight under pressure from Callum Sharp in the AMG, the big, angry, long front end, threatening to touch the gearbox of Matt Knight. As we see him just think about it under brakes. Matt gives him plenty of room, but wisely decides that's probably not the place, as they do go side by side, heading down into the final corner. Look at that, beautiful, and he gets the job done. It clears Matt Knight and will try and get off down the road. Callum Sharp now chasing Jacques Swanepoel, who honestly isn't that far down the road. So I think we'll be seeing more battles from these guys before night's out. Brad Fenley here is in a bit of a battle with Brad Coates, who's just got the job done, and looks like Nathan Howe behind him. So he's the meat and the sandwich of two guys on a charge trying to do a recovery drive back to the front of the field where they began. A bit of a battle going on between a couple of them here. It looks like we've caught Brad Fenley. He's off the track, lost a couple of positions there, but we've got a close battle between Zach Blake and Garrett Stark as well, and putting pressure on each other. Eastie slowly closing on Ben Heenan. Newcomer to the league as yet unranked, so welcome Ben. And that very classically styled, you don't see liveries like that anymore. And Monterosso is starting to apply the screws. Just turning the screws on JB, trying to find a way past. They carry so much equipment, these modern cars, don't they? The plethora of transmitters, aerials and antennas slicing through the air. Three of them go to war. There's Sam just thinking about it through the final chicane, maybe looking to get a run down the home straight. Instead, it will be Matt Webber who looks to get alongside, but wisely decides he'd rather keep the nose on his car than get it chopped off, and backs out of that one just a little. Back at the front of the field, Alex Court has found himself a couple of seconds down on Brodie Dowling and a couple of seconds up on Elias Dugan, who does seem to be quietly closing the gap, so I'm sure he'll just continue to put laps in as the night goes on. Remember, tonight there'll be no pit stops, no strategies. If you're getting it done, you're getting it done on the track. Callum Shark, he is sharking Jacques Swanepoel right now. On the charge, we saw him make a perler of a move earlier, getting alongside and getting it done in the final turn of the track. And now he's chased down Jacques and is looking to make a move there too. Jack's just quietly defending him a little bit there and making life difficult for him. As we see Sam Monterosso putting all sorts of pressure on Brad Coates. So that'll be the last thing Brad's looking for. Well, it looks like Brad's just got that pass done, so that's why Sam is very close. But the last thing that we want him to do is fight too hard on his way back through the field. He'll be looking to make up for lost time and recover as many points as possible. Let's go and have a look at the class groupings. So we've got Matthew Knight, he's leading Tristan Jack. We're not too far apart, so a bit of a battle on for silver, doing very similar lap times, only 300ths in that last one. Up the front in platinum we have, it says it's Alec Court, Elias Dugan and Matt Webber, but keep in mind we're missing newcomer to the league, Brody Dowling. So, welcome to Brody. Certainly come in with a splash. Fortunately, haven't got the updated class listings, so I'll keep it mostly on overall tonight because we've got a few that are missing from that list. Oh no, as we see Sam Monterosso with a lockup and just put it sideways, but everybody deftly dodges him there and he gets going again, no harm, no foul. And here comes Brad Fenley looking to secure the position. Sam will get up to speed now and be able to start trying to make amends for that. We look at this little battle pack here. We've got Matt Knight with Jared Eastman giving chase and closing. I won't say rapidly, but like the battle is on. If we have a look at our lap guides here, we can see that most laps, lap after lap, Jared making up some positions there. Looks like Matt Knight had a issue in lap 8 though, with a 6-second deficit that's brought Eastie right back into proceedings, so he'll be probably looking to capitalise on that mistake if he can. Then you've got Matt Webber himself, who's on a recovery drive. He's looking to get past a lot of them, and he looks like he's about to take it 3 wide. No, it ends up 2 wide, and Eastie finds a way past in that chaos as the defence goes down, and Matt Webber able to clear 2 in 1. Or is he? They're going 3 wide down. This is a bit exciting. 3 wide for a moment. Now we dive deep into the chicane with Brad Coates following Matt Webber through as well, leaving Matt Knight and Jared Eastman to battle as they come down to the final corner. Drive over that curve and head on down to the next one. So these two, the guys on the recovery drive may have sorted things out, but these two are very much yet to make a decision on who should be ahead. It's all very gentlemanly, but still in hot contention, with neither of them willing to agree. some good fortune must have befallen Jacques somewhere, because I'm seeing that Jacques up in the pits for some reason, but I'm not seeing exactly where that's all gone wrong. Producers have let me down. But he's underway under his own steam again and starting to make back positions. We have a look here at Glen Crellin. It's just recently been passed by Matt Webber. His Brad Coates not too far behind. So if you remember, I've read out some pretty big numbers in the high teens. So Matt Webber now just one position back from where he started after an absolute mammoth of an effort of a recovery drive. So I'm seeing we do have a crash here. Let's have a look at what trouble has befallen Ben Heenan in the classic Ferrari. Looks like he got away with it, but there was already some damage there by the looks of it. So he'll be off to the pits to get that one repaired and hopefully get back out and cut some more laps. But the P1 Racing of Brody G. Dowling currently lapping in the low 118s and in a league of his own tonight, putting on an absolute masterclass in that bumblebee looking Mustang. And Ilias there, just quietly, if we have a look down battle box. Oops, I'm still on replay, that's why I can't see my battle box. So if we head over to Ilias here, he's quietly making up ground. Currently 1.3 seconds, and we've seen what happens when Ilias and Alex come together. We find ourselves having a great old tussle between the two of them, with Alex making the car wide enough to pass for my aunt at a family barbecue, and Ilias doing all he can to get past. And remember, there'll be no pit strategy tonight, no stops. If they're going to do it, they're going to have to get it done on track as the field starts to spread out a little bit. 15 laps down, 18 minutes have passed. So well over the 1/3 mark of the race. Well, lap-wise, not time-wise. I'm not sure it will go for a full hour of the sprint tonight. We're already on the lap 15. We're only 19 minutes in. A proper sprint tonight. We see Nathan Howe and Brad Coates looking to settle the score from turn 3, I guess. That night, having found himself off track, has gone backwards a few positions after being almost, well, one position, after being almost back to where he was. So these two look to be fairly evenly matched. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like Brad is missing a chunk of bodywork from the back of that McLaren. As Nathan Howe goes side by side, tries to make it stick there into the chicane, but he has the nastier line to make that one work and has to settle back in and has possibly even fallen off the back a little bit as a result. If you can hang it alongside long enough to get the inside for the following second part of the chicane, it can be a wonderful, wonderful overtaking opportunity there, but you have to have some serious pace on. There are no marginal passes there. It's either decisive or it's not on. You can see that Nathan Howe still has plenty of pace, possibly some aero damage affecting Brad Coates as they go side by side once more in this race. Third time the charm for Nathan Howe. Or will Brad be able to defend it? They're still side by side. Nothing decided quite yet. They'll come down into the chicane side by side. Brad Coates much braver on the brakes again, and Nathan Howe again just after attacking for half the lap there finds himself tucked back in, but he is much, much closer this time. He's decided to set himself up, so I think this is the lap we'll see it happen. Oh, side by side into the S's, we've seen this before, and it ends in a similar way with Brad Coates taking a bit of a nudge to the rear quarter, which has sent him around. Nathan Howe has been able to continue on. So we'll leave that one up to the stewards. They can decide whether sufficient room was left. So Jared Eastman coming through on Glenn Crellin there in the AES Lamborghini. Good to see a great spread of cars. We've got PJ Whitman out there tonight. So PJ's our sole Corvette driver, wrapping the push rods and the LS's. It's got an LS in it, doesn't it? All those bloody things do. It's GM's favourite engine. Seeing there's been a crash. Looks like trouble has befallen JB. We'll go back to the replay and see what's happened there. So Easty around, and he comes around the corner and plows into him, and that aero damage is substantial as they both dive for the pits to get the Magic Elves onto the car. Going back to the live view. As we see Brad Coates on the back of Matt Knight. I'm sure we've already seen this movie tonight. It's recovery after recovery drive. Recoveryception. We're driving the recovery from the mistake from the recovery from as they go a little bit DTM style. Throwing some elbows out, doing some dooring on the way through, but no harm, no foul. All cars still pointed the right way with nothing but some bruised paint to show for it. As we see the battle between Jarrett Stark and Brad Fennelly. We haven't spent some spent much time on Cashy tonight, so Cashy out there in the Speedweed vehicle. Love it. A bit of a botanical theme there. I'm sure it keeps him relaxed in the car. Maybe not fast, but keeps him relaxed. So it looks like Sam Monterosso and Matt Knight are having a bit of a tussle. Sure, Memler in the background. Mods, if we can take care of the clown in the chat. I will tell Lakon no such thing. Get out of here. Sam Monterosso takes a healthy chunk of curb, just unsettles the car there, but no harm, no foul. He's continuing along. Sure, Memler only 4/10 behind. Oh no, that's not gone well. Another healthy chunk of curb, and the front end of that McLaren has absolutely been devastated as we see Brad Fenley come past. Looks like it's not steering very well, moving very slowly. He'll try and get that around to the pits and try and get a repair done. Yeah, it looks like the front end's rubbing tyres a little bit there. That will be awful to drive as we see Brody Dowling up in front. He's not far behind. He has an absolute stonking lead of 10.5 seconds right now. Ilias not too far behind Alex at 11.6 from Brody. But Tristan Jack defending from Matt Webber here. Tristan doing very well, having a great drive tonight. Let's have a look at the class for just a moment. Oh, what in the world has happened? Something has happened to... I'm seeing that Brody, who had the 10-second lead previously, not seeing a crash or anything, but has been passed by Alex and Ilias. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what... Oh, he's tumbling down the order. Not on track? Can't... Yeah, ouch. Something has gone very awry. Perhaps a mechanical failure? Because, yeah, Brody does not appear to be on track right now after putting in an absolute pearler of a night. There was no crash on my timing screen. We have just lost the man that was leading the race by some 11 seconds. As we see Alex and Ilias closing on each other, 8/10 in it. I think that mechanical failure has given Ilias a sniff, and now he's thinking, well, perhaps there's a P1 in it for me by the end of the night. Time to pull my finger out. And we approach the halfway mark on the timer, but well over halfway on the lap counter. Lap 23 we're on. We've got just 16 laps to go. So we see Alex deftly manoeuvre through the chicane and head down towards the final turn. Crosses the line to make it lap 24 of 39. So still some battles happening down the back here. We've got Sam chasing PJ Whitman, closely followed by Glenn Crellin. Proper little train here fighting for position. Giving him the commentator's curse, poor bro. He was well ahead. Well ahead. As these guys just spread out a little, but we see that night managing to hold off Brad Coates for a substantial number of laps this time. Go back to the overall. So I feel properly spread out now. Apart from these two who are having a war, but Brad Coates was able to get that move done. Makes his way through there by being the braver man on the brakes, and will now attempt to scoot away despite the aero damage that McLaren of his carries after a rough night properly in the wars. So Jarrett Stark cruising around in that Porsche tonight. Him and Brad have been at it, having a bit of a battle. If we look down on his recovery drive, we'll see Easty all over the back of Zach Blake. So he puts it up alongside that McLaren. Plenty of space given, looks for the old switcheroo. Job done. Now I'll switch back through the chicane. That was a lovely move. A lovely bit of driving from Easty. I enjoyed that one. I like that a lot. As we see Brad Coates now trying to come through the traffic there, and that Knight absolutely tries to take advantage of the traffic and makes a send, but Brad's not having any of it and comes back through. Just stuck in the traffic there a little bit. They'll be very keen to clear that traffic and get on down the road, as we see Matt Knight having just a little bit of a twitch from the rear end, which will hurt his run. Zach Blake getting out of it and two drivers through so they can continue with their battle for positional supremacy. Haven't spent much time with Sean Memler tonight, but he's cruising around in the AITX BMW. Doing well up in P10 at the moment, so some good points in him for a silver driver. But for some reason not on my class list. Sorry folks, I know I'm not the liveliest tonight. Ilias Dugan's closed. Give him a second to Alex Court. We get into the closing stages of the race. Nearly within the final 10 laps. It's been a good race. It's been good action. I'm sure those who are involved in the chaotic opening sequence wishes there was some less action, but it looks like Dowling just... Oh yeah, he's back out, so that must have been a mechanical failure. He disappeared, he was gone from the track, but he's come back, he's battling away, made up some positions there, but he will be disappointed in that one tonight. See Matt Knight still challenging the aero deficient McLaren of Brad Coates. We'll just have a look at how the lap times compare, shall we? So Matt Knight just slowly falling off Brad Coates. Lap by lap. It's only a tenth and a half per lap, but it's slowly getting the job done. Alex appears to have sped up and opened the gap to Ilias to just over a second. Oh, well, I'm seeing it's suddenly closed up there. It's traffic navigation. But if we look at the laps there, Ilias is in with something of a shot here, though he only has 9 laps to get the job done. Well, 9.5. We're halfway through the 29th lap right now of a 39 lap race, so there's still time. As we go on board with Tom Sharp. Hasn't spent much time mowing today, but you know, we got the 2 grass-themed cars side by side. So he gets the job done on Kashi and gets on down the road. So, a strong night for Martin Hallinan tonight, who's looking to hold off his teammate, who has been on a recovery charge, but if I'm not mistaken, will be his first podium of the series, Martin Hallinan. Looking at it, Matt Webber is making up time, lap after lap, as we see the non-Jim's mowing grass car just kindly making room for Martin to continue his charge. So yeah, if that trend keeps up about half a second a lap, you have to assume that Matt Webber will run out of laps, 8 seconds to make up, and only 8 laps to go. Big old recovery drive from Nathan Howe as well. So, involved in the early race shenanigans and has pushed himself back up to P5, well up in the points and second in class. Could be on for something of a finish here though, because as I say, only a few laps to go, and Elias is steadily closing that gap down, trying to mount an attack on Alex Court. On the gearbox as they pass the stricken car of Drew Hill. They paid for all the track. They're going to use all the track. A lot of people assuming that's a track limits there, but quite an allowable use of asphalt in the GT3 class. Well, in all these pin top classes. I'm seeing Brad Coates off track and was passed by tonight, so looks like just that aero biting in, and his tyres probably struggling at driving the entire race with a compromised amount of downforce being made through the back aero there, and just starting to show it with those rears letting go. We get back live to this battle for the front, just 5 laps to go. They head down. Oh gosh, where are they? Looked away for a second, confused myself. Heading into the chicane. Yes, there we go. Penultimate corner as they head into lap 35. Big long sweeper of the final corner, sitting that run up down into the famous S's. Ilias really sitting on the back of Alex, really leaning on him now, just 3/10. And you can see in your lap display how much time Ilias is just chunking away, deciding he doesn't want to leave it too late if he's going to get the job done. Needs to happen ASAP. There's nothing worse than knowing you're on and running out of laps. So all the other positions pretty much settled, so we're going to stay on the lead of this race as we watch out to see if Ilias can chase Alex down or if the 1-2 is already decided. Or if, not that I want to put the commentator's curse on anybody, or if these two go a little too hard and Martin Hallinan could find himself on the top step. You never know. That's why you stay tuned right until the end, even if it is only 4 remaining laps. Ilias continues to show green lap times, but barely anything in it. 1/100th, not even a 10th, not even, well, a 10th of a 10th. As they find themselves side by side, Ilias has made a move out of nowhere, sending it through, setting himself up beautifully in that chicane. He's put himself side by side, positioned the car beautifully for that final corner, and now it's up to Alex to try and take those points back in the final dying laps of this race. It will be on for absolute young and old here. Alex will not be wanting to go quietly, but it feels like Ilias just finding his rhythm at this stage of the race. He seems to be let's just see how the traffic plays out for them. Ilias will be hoping, begging, pleading with the traffic. Please do not hold me up. Please let me through. Oh, as he has a big snap on the exit there, but it looks like that's cost him the run and brought Alex right onto the back of him. I don't know if it will be enough to make something happen. Alex thinks about it, thinks better of it, and decides to tuck back in. We have a look at our battle box. Who's that? Sean Memler in front of Ilias. So he'll be looking to, if he catches that car in the next 2 laps, well, 2.5 laps, be looking to get clear of him as soon as possible and hoping it doesn't happen at an inopportune time, because we've seen traffic decide races in 2021. As he gets through cleanly. Sean Memler looks at the positions on his in-car readout, says, leaders, battling this close to the end? Nah, Leave me out of this one. Gives them a wide berth and they continue on with their battle. Only half a second in it. Only cars within a second of each other, to be honest. So every other position down the order, short of a disaster, has already been decided as they start their final lap, heading towards lap 39. White flag, white flag. So, yet to be decided, Ilias or Alex Court in the top step, followed by Matt Hallinan, who will get his first podium. Matt Webber, who's had a beautiful recovery drive to find himself up a position from where he qualified after finding almost the very back of the field. Nathan Howe not too far behind him, also had a troublesome night as we see them navigate Sam Monterosso in that West McLaren. Not sure Alex is going to be close enough to put a move on here. He's just holding his nerve. As he takes the checkered flag. So that'll be Ilias from Alex, from Martin Hallinan, from Matt Webber, from Nathan Howe, from Tristan Jack, from Matt Knight, from Glenn Crallan, Sean Memler, and Brad Coates will round out our top 10 tonight. See if we can get some results up. I think we've got to wait for everybody to take the checkered before we see those. Ilias, how you doing, mate?
Hey, good bro, how are you?
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. Good race tonight, brother?
Yeah, another bloody hard one. Jeez, it's often close, isn't it?
Yeah,
But I'm not too sure what happened to Brody, but he was home and hosed. Otherwise, it was all his.
I believe a mechanical failure, if I had to guess.
Ah, shit. Shame.
Yeah, very rough. He... No, I'm not getting any results here. There we go. Yeah, so he was a good 11 seconds ahead, and then just out of the blue, he was gone off the stream, so I would have to assume that he did a Harry Potter and disappeared.
Ah, bugger. Well, good for me, but unfortunate for him. But hopefully he hangs around because he's got some incredible pace.
Yeah, definitely. He put in a cracker of a performance.
And well done to Alex as well. That was just, we keep having these incredible races. It's so fun racing with Alex. So thanks again.
Yeah, absolute cracker of a battle. Went down to the wire as it usually does with you two. Talk us through your race, Alex.
Yeah, unfortunate that I just made a little error there that let Ilias through, but no, stoked with another strong result. Considering that the Porsche is oh, hang on a second. How do I mute chat? Let's chat there. Yeah, considering that the Porsche is pretty dog shit around here. Yeah, stoked with a P2. So
It does appear to be struggling under the current bop.
definitely.
I was looking at the other night, and I believe 12 or 13 of the bottom cars in the IMSA series are all Porsche.
Yeah, I think Nathan Howe, I think he posted a photo in our Discord the other day that the Porsche was the slowest out of every car. So, but I'm a faithful. I stick to my guns and stick to the one car all season. And yeah,
Swings and roundabouts. It'll be back.
hopefully.
Tristan, talk us through your race, mate. Congratulations on the silver win.
Yeah, how's it going, mate? Honestly, I'm actually surprised I made it through the chaos start. Yeah, just coming down the hill, everyone's going left, right, center, and I just weaved my way through. Ended up coming 6 overall, which is decent for my very inconsistent lap slate. So, yeah.
A bit chaotic, definitely, at the start. Speaking of
Yes.
which, Howie, talk us through your race, mate. What happened at the start there?
Don't even know where to start, to be honest. I said, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I need to go back and watch the replay with Brad and I at the start there because I actually don't know if I gave him enough room or what happened because it looked like I did, but I'm not sure. But Alex got past me at the start, and then obviously I think I then jumped over a curb and then hit Matt as well. So all three of us were dead last pretty much at the start. So to come back to 5th with a bit of front end damage, I'm pretty happy with that. But I felt like I had really good pace at this track, so I'm a bit disappointed with myself after that. But good job to Ilias and Alex. They look like an insane race though up the front there.
Yeah, absolute great fight back, mate. And that brings us to Jarrett. Talk us through your race, mate. Congrats on the bronze win this week.
Oh, thanks, man. Not much to say, really. First time racing on this track, so just tried to focus on consistent laps and getting out of the way of the faster blokes. Yeah, just only ever really interested in racing the bronze guys, so anytime I can do that, I'm happy, and tonight was a good night.
Nice work, mate. Congrats. All right, we'll do the thanks and shout-outs. So we'll... Oh, sorry, Martin has appeared in here. Martin, the gold winner, and correct me if I'm wrong, Martin, this would be your first podium in AES or just this season?
Yeah, no, I think it's my first one.
Congrats,
Yeah,
mate.
stoked. Only because other people crashed, but yeah, it was pretty hectic at the start there. I thought I was going to die a few times, but
Mate, doesn't
Otherwise,
matter how it
and I
happens.
just-
You cross the line
Yeah.
on third, you get to stand on the third step.
yeah, that's it. Glad it wasn't too much longer. Matt was chasing me down. He's my teammate. I probably would have just given it to him.
Yeah, he definitely was on the charge, but he just seemed to run out of laps. I think did the
He had a
calculations
damaged
about
car.
10 laps out, and yeah, it was going to be tough for him without probably another double that to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just race otherwise.
Nice work, mate. Well, congrats and welcome to the Podium Club. It's not a club that I'm a member of because I can't steer.
I get here through skill, I don't think. Persistence,
no, mate,
maybe.
You take him.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, Ilias, you want to do thanks and shout-outs, mate?
Can I do an apology tonight, mate?
Yeah, sure.
Just a quick apology to Jacques. There was one stage there I thought he called me dangerous, but I completely misheard him, and it was related to something else. So sorry, Jacques. And yeah, just thanks to everyone who participates week in, week out, organisers. That's it, I think. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, buddy. And Alex, thanks and shout-outs, mate.
As always, my amazing fiancée Tammy for all her support every week. I spend a lot of time on the sim, so I'm away from her a lot. Special shout out to my partner's dad. He's just recently had a small procedure in hospital, so wishing him a speedy recovery. Justin, you up in the broadcast, you do a fabulous job every week, man. Love watching the broadcast back every week. Ilias, congrats on the win. Marty, congrats on your first podium. All the other podium getters as well. Jared and Philly for running the league, and all my friends and family and teammates.
Nice work. Thanks, mate. And Martin, over to you for some thanks and shout outs.
Oh, sorry. I quickly need to add something. And our sponsor, Kamikaze.
Nice. Thanks, mate. Can't miss them.
Thank
They
you.
fund the whole
Can't miss
operation.
Thank you.
All right, Martin, over to you, mate.
Yeah, just a shout out to my team, Twister Key Racing, Dash Off-Road, main sponsor, and Lambert's Fine Foods. And just a big shout out to you guys for organising it and for the broadcast. It's always awesome. And for all the rest of the competitors, everyone's got much respect in this series. I think it's great. It's a great series.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. And Tristan, over to you.
Yeah, mate. Just to all my teammates over at Pineapple Motorsports. Also, my family for supporting me for racing every week. And yeah, just all the other races and you guys up in the broadcast.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. And Jarrett, over to you, mate.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll echo the same sentiment as the other guys. Thanks to AES for putting the league together, yourself, Justin, for always casting, and the cast always being incredibly fantastic to watch after the races. And same as Tristan, thanks to all the guys that I've been able to do the special events with in the old Pineapple Motorsports, who I wouldn't have been able to meet if I wasn't racing with racing in the AES league. So thanks, thanks guys. Awesome.
Thanks, mate. And that's our penultimate round. We're back next week for a 90-minute at Le Mans, the home of endurance racing, really. So, challenging track, great track for racing. So, same time, same place next week. We hope to see everybody there.